Over the years, we have seen the worst, the best, and the most expensive transfers. But today, we're diving into the most controversial transfers. These are the moves that shook the football world. Players turning from heroes to villains or crossing rival lines. So, let's get into it. The most controversial transfers in football history. We begin with Ronaldo, R9, the phenomenon. One of the most gifted players the game has ever seen, and a man who somehow managed to play for Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and AC Milan. Yeah, that's basically four of the most intense football rivalries in Europe. And he didn't just cross lines, he danced over them. So let's rewind to 1996. Ronaldo is just 19 years old. He signed for Barcelona from PSV, and in just one season, he's unstoppable. 47 goals in 49 games. He scores goals that shouldn't be possible, dribbling past entire teams, keepers falling to their knees, defenders giving up. The man's a cheat code. But behind the scenes, it's a mess. Barca promises him a new deal. They stall, then delay, then change the terms. And Ronaldo's agent loses it. Inter Milan steps in and says, all right, we'll just pay the release clause. Boom, record fee. Off to Italy. Barca fans are shocked. The golden boy is gone. At Inter, Ronaldo becomes even more iconic, but injury after injury starts to wear him down. In 2002, after a World Cup win with Brazil, he's back, and this time it's Real Madrid knocking, and he said yes. Now, think about that. From Barcelona to Real Madrid, and he didn't go directly. He took the long route, but fans remembered, and they did not forgive. And if that wasn't enough, in 2007, he signed for AC Milan. So now he's played for both Milan clubs and both El Clasico rivals. This man was not scared of a little controversy. He was allergic to loyalty. And honestly, fair play. Next up, Zlatan. And yeah, of course he's in here. Of course. This is a man who once said, I don't do auditions. He once karate kicked his teammate in training. He once compared himself to a lion. So no, he was never going to stay at one club. In 2009, Zlatan moved from Inter Milan to Barcelona, and it was one of the biggest swaps of all time. Barcelona sent Samuel Eto'o the other way, plus 46 million euros. Everyone thought it was genius, except it wasn't. Zlatan didn't fit. Pep Guardiola didn't know what to do with him. Messi didn't love sharing the spotlight. Zlatan wanted to be the main man, but at Barca, he wasn't. He stayed for just one season, and then he packed his bags and moved back to Italy, this time to AC Milan. Inter fans, fuming. Barca fans, confused. AC Milan fans, probably just grateful. So this is a guy who went from Juventus to Inter, and from Inter to Barcelona, and then from Barcelona to Milan. He's been everywhere. His whole career is basically a list of controversial exits, and if you ask him about it, he'll just say, you're welcome. Some betrayals are loud, some are quiet. Pirlo's was quiet, but make no mistake, it hurt. Early in his career, Pirlo was at Inter Milan, but the manager didn't think he fit. Said he wasn't aggressive enough, he didn't run enough, so they let him go. And where did he go? AC Milan. And at Milan, Pirlo became a genius. He became the heart of the team. He controlled games with 2 touches, won the Champions League, won the league, became one of the greatest midfielders of his generation, maybe ever. Inter fans watched all of it from a distance, knowing they had him, and let him walk across the city and become a legend somewhere else. Ouch. Okay, so this one needs no intro. Luis Figo, Barcelona to Real Madrid. You probably already know the story, but just in case, here's the quick version. In 2000, Real Madrid were electing a new president. A man called Florentino Perez promised he'd sign Figo if he won. Everyone laughed. Then he won. And then Figo signed. Barcelona fans couldn't believe it. Their hero, their captain, the man they loved, gone to the enemy. And for what? Money? When he came back to Camp Nou with Real Madrid, the noise was deafening. Fans threw everything at him: lighters, bottles, and, most famously, a pig's head. Yes, a pig's head. I don't care who you are. If someone throws a pig's head at you, well, you've messed up. It was the ultimate betrayal, and it hasn't been topped since. Now, let's talk about Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o was a Real Madrid player. Well, kind of. Technically. They barely played him. Loaned him out. Didn't really rate him. So he left. He went to Mallorca. He scored goals. He got noticed. Barcelona came calling. Real Madrid still owned part of his rights, but didn't block the deal. Big mistake. At Barcelona, Eto'o became a machine. He scored in 2 Champions League finals. He helped build one of the greatest teams in history. And every time he scored, Real Madrid were probably kicking themselves. Then he got swapped for Zlatan. He went to Inter Milan. He won the treble. Eto'o had the last laugh twice. Now let's talk about Emmanuel Adebayor. He played for Arsenal. He scored goals. He wasn't always loved, but he did the job. Then he left for Manchester City. Big wages, new project, fair enough. And then came that game. City versus Arsenal. Adebayor scores. He runs the full length of the pitch to slide on his knees right in front of the Arsenal fans. And they lose their minds. Objects fly. Chaos. Was it petty? Yes. Was it iconic? Also yes. But he wasn't done. Later, he joined Tottenham. So now he's played for Arsenal, City, and Spurs, 3 clubs who all hate each other. If there's a football version of burning bridges, this is it. Ashley Cole was one of the best left backs in the world. At Arsenal, he was part of the Invincibles. He was loved, respected, a leader. Then came the tapping up scandal. In 2005, Chelsea secretly met with him. Arsenal were furious. The FA fined everyone involved. Cole said he felt physically sick when Arsenal only offered him £55,000 a week. Mate, read the room. He eventually moved to Chelsea. Arsenal fans never forgave him. They called him Cashley. They booed him for years, but he won everything at Chelsea, including the Champions League. So maybe he had a point. Hey, if you want to annoy United fans, here's how you do it. Sign for City. After playing for United, while still in your prime. Carlos Tevez did just that. After winning titles with Manchester United, his time there ended badly, and he wasn't happy. Fergie wasn't happy. Nobody was happy. Then City came in. Tevez didn't just sign. He became the face of the new city. They even put up a giant billboard saying, "Welcome to Manchester." United fans were livid. Tevez later refused to come off the bench in a Champions League game. He took a golfing holiday. He came back. He scored goals. He won the league. The guy was chaos. But City fans, they loved it. Moving on to Michael Owen. Owen was a Liverpool legend, a Ballon d'Or winner. He scored one of the most famous goals in England history. But later in his career, he became a free agent, and Liverpool didn't want him back. But Manchester United did, and he said yes. Liverpool fans were not impressed. Some tried to justify it. Others just erased him from memory. He scored one really important goal, a 96th minute winner in the Manchester Derby. And you know what? That one goal made it all worth it for United fans. Now, another transfer. Samir Nasri. When Samir left Arsenal for Manchester City in 2011, the backlash was immediate. Arsenal fans felt betrayed. He had just come off a strong season, playing a key role in the Gunners' midfield, and many believed he was set to become a club legend. But Nasri had other ideas. He claimed the club lacked ambition and joined a rising City side, flush with cash and hunger for silverware. The move symbolized the growing power shift in English football, and Arsenal fans never forgave him. To make it worse, Nasri seemed to embrace the villain role, taking digs at Arsenal after the switch. Next up, the one that shocked the Premier League, Fernando Torres. Fernando Torres's £50 million move from Liverpool to Chelsea in January 2011 was more than just a record-breaking deal. It was heartbreak. Liverpool fans had adored him. He was El Niño, their golden boy, scoring for fun and becoming one of the most feared strikers in Europe. So when he made the switch to a Premier League rival, it felt like betrayal. But the controversy did not end there. At Chelsea, Torres struggled badly, becoming a punchline despite scoring a few crucial goals. The transfer didn't just disappoint Liverpool fans. It left Chelsea fans wondering if he was ever worth the price. Football is emotional. That's what makes it great. But when your favorite player leaves, especially to a rival, it hurts. These aren't just transfers. They're stories of betrayal, of glory, of pigheads. And sometimes the villains win. So if you're into football drama, behind-the-scenes chaos, and the stories that made headlines for all the wrong reasons, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. More jaw-dropping stories are coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss them. Thanks for watching.